Alright guys, today we're going to continue the series of looking at some of the rarest skins in Counter-Strike 2, and this time it's going to be taking a look at the Desert Eagle. So here we go, the top 10 most rare Desert Eagle skins in Counter-Strike 2, and no, the Tilted is not one of them. It's got quite a big amount of supply. In the number 10 spot, we have the Hypnotic. This has 68,000, and for context, all this is based on the CS2 database. It's not 100% accurate, but it gives us the closest we can possibly get at this time. This is a $155 skin. Pricing isn't really a big thing here, but I will detail it. So yeah, coming in at number 10 with 68k supply, we have the Hypnotic. Just for the record, after this, you're looking at like a Mulberry and a Night Heist at 91 and 94k. So it is a significant drop down for this one. And I'm interested to see how long this one's going to last in the top 10, because it is the Desert Eagle Starcade, which is from the graphic collection, which has been removed, but there are also a decent amount of like the lower rarity items to create trade-ups for. So I imagine over time this has a good chance of at least catching up to the Hypnotic, but its price range is anywhere between $27.50, which is like Battle Scar, to $410, which is factory new. Its minimal wear pricing is actually pretty good given its visual appeal and the fact that it's quite rare. And we kind of covered it last time, souvenir weapon skins are always going to have a lower supply, especially the rare ones. So like the Fennec Fox here comes in under 40k supply, and its price is anywhere between $330 and $1,000, which is absolutely nuts. Actually having a look at that seems absolutely insane, but there you go. And also, for the record, I'm not using souvenir pricing for any of these. I'm using standard pricing just to try and keep a bit of consistency, because not every item has souvenir. Of course, that is a cheaper route in some cases. Then one of my favorites, the Emerald Yermangander. Absolutely fantastic skin, pattern based, all that goodness. Just shy of 32,000 of these have been registered on the CS2 database, which makes it our 7th most rare Desert Eagle in the game. And its price somewhat reflects that. It's a pretty pricey skin, but what I will say, since the start of the year, this basically doubled. Actually, at one point, it almost tripled in price because China were manipulating it. So it's kind of hard to truly tell what its value should be. Then our first item that is under the 30k level of supply is the Blaze. We'll call it 28k. Basically, 28k of these exist. Now, I do think for the price of almost $800, it's a bit overrated and overpriced, but it is quite rare, so like it can have the benefit of the doubt that it deserves to be a little bit more expensive due to its rarity. But still, I think people have overvalued these quite a bit. Now, a Desert Eagle that's basically become forgotten about in CS2 is the Golden Coil. These are incredibly rare, and they were incredibly popular in CSGO. I remember times where people were like calling me out for not including them, and I just personally didn't like it that much. The color change in CS2 has seemingly killed these off for people. However, it's 22,000 off them. It is the 5th rarest Desert Eagle skin in the game, so if you still like this, or you now like it with the color change, you can grab yourself a pretty rare Desert Eagle for anywhere between like $200 to $500. Now, our 3rd and 4th place is a bit of a weird one, because this is the only skin this exists for in the game, and I still don't quite understand why this was done. This is the Sunset Storm, and there's basically 2 of these in the game, and the only difference is this version, that is technically the 4th most rarest, has a little face on it. So this is the 4th most rare at 12,400 on the database, and its pricing is $500 to $765. And then in 3rd place we have the Sunset Storm that doesn't have the face on it, which is actually people's preference, and it's $750, and it's got like 140 less supply. This is a good example of the disparity on like CS Float, or if these are the same rarity from the same collection, so the drop rate should be very close, as they are, but obviously there's might be a little bit of disparity with CS Float. So this is the only one in the top tier this is the only video in the top 10 where we're going to have a bit of a weird scenario where like 3rd and 4th are basically the same skin. That's why I mentioned the Mulberry and the Night Heist really early on, just to give them the shout, because I feel like the Mulberry in particular has been scammed here from a top 10. And here's one that I didn't quite clock how rare it is. There's less than 9,000 of the hand cannon registered. Now, this is another one that I remember seeing a lot of people use in CSGO, not as many using it in CS2. Its pricing is from $540 to $675. Its souvenir is actually a lot more reasonably priced, as I've mentioned for some others that have souvenir, but we'll try and keep it consistent with the standard version. I thought maybe 20k these existed. Like, I didn't expect it to be sub 10k. And this is actually probably the closest we've been for like the number 1. So there was 8,990 of the hand cannon, and there's 8,570 off the Pilot. The Pilot is the rarest Desert Eagle skin in Counter-Strike, based on supply. And it's $80 to $191. It's not even in the top 3 most expensive here, and it's the most rare. So there you go, that's something. And honestly, with Nox having that brown palm on the inside, this combination and getting a screenshot, low-key, looks good. You guys know how we do it. That's the top 10. Let's have a look at the 3 most heavily supplied, because the contrast is always so interesting. Actually, very similar sort of skin color-wise. Bronze Deagle is the 3rd most heavily supplied Desert Eagle skin in the game. It comes in at 2.8 million, and it beats out the Oxide Blaze by about 200,000. So the Oxide Blaze is the 4th most rare. Bronze Deagle coming in at 2.8 million supply. This has some nice patterns on it, but yeah, it's a cheap, heavily supplied skin. It's kind of whatever. And then the Blue Ply is going to claim 2nd place for this with a 3.5 million of them registered, which is just it's kind of a crazy amount when you think about it, but then also we open a shit ton of cases. So I don't care. We have an iconic skin in number 1 place. It's going to be the Mudder with 4.3 million of these just registered on the CS2 database. If you kind of account for what's not registered, we're probably close to 5 million of these bad boys existing in the game. What a skin it is. I'm going to end it there. We don't need too much more waffle here. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. We're going to continue doing this series for the weapons that really matter, that you guys care about, and then we'll finish it up in a couple weeks' time. So the main thing here is, let me know, were there any surprises from this video? Anything that crept into the top 10 that you're surprised with? Maybe that you didn't expect the pilot to be number 1? Let me know in the comments down below, because that'd be super cool. And also just let me know your favorite Desert Eagle skin in the game, because that's always a bit of a fun one to find out. Hit the like button if you enjoyed it. Hit the subscribe button if you're around here. A big thank you to YouTube members as always, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.